and let's talk about proving Uber Trip Radar is just where trips go to die.
This proves it. This proves it right here. So we're gonna have Buddha's corner now, Chris. We have Matt's corner. We're gonna have Buddha's corner now. This is one of the more coherent tweets that he had. No, I'm not that he's incoherent, but this proves the point. All right, this is short and sweet. Pay attention, folks. Look at this. Buddha's an LA driver, East LA driver. So at 9:27 a.m., an Uber X trip from Adelanto, which is way east of LAX, showed up at $89.44. By 9:39, it dropped to $86.39, Chris, instead of going the other direction. And by 9:49, it was $83.28, $6 plus that's less than the original Trip Radar. Uber isn't surging prices anymore. It's testing how low drivers will go. And here are the three screenshots. So $89.44 down to $86.39 and then down to $83.28. And what was my tagline or headline when I sent you this? It's an auction for sure. But in an auction, aren't prices supposed to go higher?
You'd think.
You would think.
They got it the wrong way.
We're going the other direction, Uber. What is this? I mean, we knew it was an auction, right? And then they have the balls to lower the fare by $6 within, what is that? It's 9:27 to 9:49. Obviously, nobody picked it up. They kept showing up Buddha's Trip Radar.
I mean,
it kept going lower and lower.
The thing is, yeah, you're going $6 down. So from $89.44 to $83.28 in 22 minutes. Yeah. And this is going to the airport. So somebody is like, probably, what is going on here? Why can't I get a ride to the airport?
I can't see the mileage. How many miles is that? Or how many hours?
103 miles. So for him, it's 5 miles to pick up, and then it's 103 miles for the trip. So first off,
108 miles?
A mile there.
Fuck. Huh? 108 miles for $83. No,
103. 103.
Oh, okay. Well, plus the pickup.
Yeah, but that 100. So yeah, you got 108. But the other drivers that are in the area, there could be a mile away, could be 2 miles away.
You don't know if the other drivers are getting lower prices or not.
I'm thinking they're probably getting the same. We got to do our test again, but they were pretty accurate when it came to their tests. So I'm betting it's probably pretty close. But yeah, that's the wrong way you're going there. Where you got to start going up, because if you want the ride to actually be picked up, that means you got to pay properly. And as DK said, when Upfront Fares first came out with Harry, which we've brought up many times. Hold on, do I still have that video? I might have that video available at the moment.
Yeah, we look at the comment I put up, Chris. Isn't that wonderful? He gets paid by Paul. Don't be a fucking keyboard warrior. Okay. Show up and say that to my face. Number one. Number two, you're a clueless moron, but it's okay. He gets paid by Uber and Lyft. So do you, by the way, every Tuesday, unless you do instant cash. Convince drivers to keep driving. I'm not convincing anybody. In fact, on this channel, I've said more. Stop driving if you're not happy. Stop driving if you're not making money than any other rideshare channel on the planet. Slave labor. Slaves didn't have a choice, Paul. That goes how illiterate and unintellectual of a person you are. Slaves didn't have a choice. Drivers have a choice. They can delete the app. And all while, they pay him very well to pretend he's a champion advocate. If you can do a better job, Paul, I'll give you my job tomorrow. Okay? So with that said, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to send you to YouTube heaven. And, and that'll be the end of that for you. So here you go. Adios. YouTube heaven. Bye-bye.
Whatever.
I got the quick trigger today, bro. Don't fuck with me today.
One thing I always say is work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, then you may be working harder. So let's change that. Download the app, link your accounts where you can manage your income, track your expenses, and project your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download Solo and begin to work smarter, not harder today. Link is in the description. All right, let's get back to it. Well, either way, Uber, you want somebody to take that ride, especially when it comes to an airport ride, because you know what's going to end up happening? That person is going to be so pissed off that they didn't get a ride for 22 minutes and they have to catch a flight and they got to go to LAX on top of it. You know what's going to end up happening? They're going to open up your competitor's app. Just saying. Just saying. They're going to go to Lyft. Now you know why I scheduled my trip when I was at LA. Because if I got like a 6 a.m. flight flying out of LA going to Buffalo, you know, I want to get there on time. So that's why I left.
I bet you overcharged a couple $100 for that trip, though.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure you got the pickup and drop off location there. You could always just put it on and see.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I mean, I thought that was like pretty good, Buddha. If you got more of this stuff, send it my way. 89, 86, 83. Uber. It's supposed to go the other way, Uber. You short 89, the guy doesn't touch it. Then what algo would say, oh, we'll just lower it, send it to him again. Trip radar, because he may like it now because he's desperate now. Because he was like, oh, he didn't take the first one. Maybe he'll take the second one at a lower price. No, it's pretty obvious since it's gone back to him. Nobody else is taking it, Uber. I mean, you got to figure this thing out. And then you have the audacity to lower it $3 more. I mean, he didn't take 89, Chris, but maybe he'll take 83. Huh?
yeah. Well, maybe.
Desperation.
It's called a broken
Buddha,
algorithm.
no desperado.
Wrong way.
Wrong way.
So in other words, fix that, because that's not an edge case. We've seen that from other people who have complained about it as well too over the year. So yeah, I would get into that and fix that, because you're gonna have a pissed off rider for sure who's sitting there waiting 20 plus minutes.
Well, 20 minutes went by. The same trip is coming, so the rider is waiting 22 minutes. First of all, nobody picked him up. And
you don't know how much before or after that is as well too.
Exactly. So the spinner is going.
Yep. And then here's the question: what did they have to do in order to convince a driver to accept that ride?
I pay like 150.
I don't even think they had. They probably paid 72.
At the end, some schmuck probably took it for 72. Yeah, it's like, some desperado goes like, "Oh, I gotta take this."
Or that person ended up canceling and then went over to Lyft.
Potentially, we don't know. But that was a good one, Buddha. Thanks for the screenshot.
Yep. All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.